Solving equations. Solve for m. 4 over m, which is equal to 1 over 2 raised to the second power. So for this, when we're solving, remember we add and subtract first, and then we will multiply and divide after we add and subtract. But when we look at our equation, we can see that we actually don't have any addition or subtraction to do at this current moment. So what we're first going to deal with then is this exponent. So let's go ahead and rewrite this all. So we have 4 over m, which is equal to 1 over 2 raised to the second power. So 2 times 2, which is equal to 4. Now, what we need to do is solve for m. And so how we solve for m is we get it all by itself on one side. And so the quickest way to do that would be to get m to the numerator. And so to do that, what we're going to actually do is then multiply both sides by m. Because whatever we do to the one side, we do to the other. When we multiply, though, by m, this just becomes 1. Because anything we have over itself is just equal to 1. So m divided by m is really just 1, no matter what it is. And then we put the m on the right-hand side. So we took care of it that way. So now let's go ahead and rewrite this. So now we have 4, which is equal to m over 4. Now, in order to get rid of this 4, we're just going to go ahead and then multiply by 4 on both sides, because 4 over itself is just equal to 1. So now we have 4 times 4, which is equal to, so we're going to go ahead and rewrite this, 16, which is equal to m. Now, if you want to check to make sure that this is correct, let's just go ahead and plug in m to our original equation. So we have 4 over 16, and then we have 1 over, and we actually know that 2 raised to the second power, as we've shown right here, is really just 4. So we want to know if these two things are equal to each other. So a way to do that would just be go 4 divided by 16, which is equal to 0.25. And we know 1/4 is also the same. 1 divided by 4, which we can show, is equal to 0.25. So this checks out. So let's look at another example. Example 2. Solve for y. Now, our first step is to add or subtract, and then we're going to go ahead and multiply and divide. So the first thing we do is we can see that we have this plus 4 on the left-hand side. And so we want to get rid of it and go to the right-hand side. So we can get y by itself, because that's the goal, is to get the variable on one side of the equal sign by itself. So the first thing we're going to do then is to subtract this 4 to both sides. This then becomes 4 minus 4, which is 0. We have this y over 2. Now we have 30 minus 4, which is equal to 26. Let's go ahead and rewrite it here. Y over 2 is equal to 26. So now we've done our adding and subtracting. So now we can go to multiply or dividing. And we see that y over 2 is this is a division bar. So to get rid of this 2, we're going to go ahead and do the opposite, which would be to multiply. Because whatever we put over itself is just equal to 1. So this just becomes 1, 1. Now we have y on the left-hand side by itself. And then we can go 26 times 2, which is equal to 52. And if you're not sure if we did this right, we can go ahead and plug this in. So we have to check, so we can go 52 divided by 2 plus 4 is equal to 30. So 26 plus 4 is equal to 30, which 26 plus 4 is 30. And so this checks out. So let's do one final example. Solve for a. So here we have 3 over a, which is equal to 21 plus 5 plus 2. Now, the first thing we do is add or subtract. And then we multiply or divide. So we can see that we need to add here. So we can go 3 over a. Now we have 21 over 5 plus 2, which is equal to 7. So we've gone ahead and taken care of that. Now, our next step will be to get a into the numerator and all by itself. So the first thing we're going to do then is just multiply by a on both sides, because a over itself is just equal to 1. So now we have 3, which is equal to 21 over 7a. The next step then is to get the 7 from the denominator out. And so what we can do then is just multiply by 7 on both sides, because 7 divided by 7 here is just equal to 1. And whatever we do to one side, we do to the other. So now we have 7 times 3, which is equal to 21. And then we have 21a. So the next step will be to go 21 times 21a. We're going to go ahead and put it right here. We're going to go ahead and then divide by 21 on both sides. This just becomes 1, and 21 over 21 is also just 1. So 1 is the answer for what a is equal to.